interesting, that is about classification. Is it only the systems of classification from biological classification chapter we are learning? No. We are learning it in a different way, connecting two chapters, that is biological classification and plant kingdom. First, biological classification. In the initial beginnings of this chapter, you will learn different systems of classification, starting with how first come first, who gave us the scientific method of classification, who is that scientist who has classified all the living organisms, which scientist has classified all the living organisms in the scientific method first. Okay. So, it is Aristotle who has classified the living organisms firstly using the scientific method. Likewise, we are going to learn 2 kingdom, 3 kingdom, 4 kingdom, 5 kingdom and 6 kingdom system of classification. As 5 kingdom is the most standard system of classification, most widely accepted system of classification, from 5 kingdoms system of classification we will have 5 kingdoms, that is kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia, of which we are going to take the kingdom Plantae. From kingdom Plantae, in plant kingdom chapter we again have 3 systems of classification, 3 methods of classification for plant kingdom. First is natural system of artificial system of classification, artificial system of classification, which is also known as sexual system of classification, sexual system of classification. Second is natural system of classification, third will be phylogenetic system of classification. Okay. First is artificial or sexual system of classification, second is natural system of classification, third is phylogenetic system of classification. After learning systems of classification from plant kingdom, we are also going to learn on types of taxonomy. Types of taxonomy. Got it? So, this is what we are going to learn in today's chapter, today's session. So, here if you observe from this, what will be the NEET prospect, like how far these concepts are important for our competitive, both NEET and MCET. We can expect one question either in NEET or in MCET from systems of classification or from systems of plant classification and types of taxonomy. Let us begin with the systems of classification. I hope the framework of this chapter is clear to everybody, right? And now here if you observe the fundamental insights of biological classification not required, and today we are going to deal with this kingdom systems of classification. First Aristotle classification, 2 kingdom, 3 kingdom, 4, 5 and 6 kingdom system of classification. 6 kingdom is also known as 3 domain system of classification. 6 kingdom or 3 domain. Got it? And now if you observe, first is Aristotle's classification, wherein living organisms are classified into Plantae and Animalia. Got it? Living organisms are classified into Plantae and Animalia. Plants based on their height are further classified into herbs, which are the shorter ones, shrubs which are intermediate height, and trees which are long length and long leafed plants. Okay, so kingdom Plantae is classified into herbs, shrubs and trees, and this classification is based on simple morphological characters itself. Kingdom Plantae he has classified into 2 domains based on the living organisms which has RBC. Those which consist RBC are known as Inemia, those living organisms in Animalia which doesn't have RBC are grouped under anemia. Anemia and anemia, remember that. So, this Aristotle system of classification is what now? First scientific method of classification. First scientific method of classification, wherein they are grouped into Plantae and Animalia. Plantae further classified into herbs, shrubs, trees. Animalia further classified into those which have RBC and those which do not. These are grouped under anemia and these are grouped under anemia. Got it right? And then we will move on to two kingdom system of classification. Two kingdom system of classification is proposed by Linnaeus, where he has considered many criteria for classifying the living organisms into two kingdoms, that is kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. Okay. Linnaeus two kingdom system of classification, wherein he has grouped the living organisms into Plantae and Animalia, and many criteria have been considered, many criteria. First is cell wall, mode of nutrition, response to external stimuli, locomotion, contractile system or contractile vacuole. Amongst all these criteria which are used to classify the living organisms into two kingdoms, the most widely used criteria or the most important criteria is presence or absence of cell wall. Remember that, as this is the most important criteria only, there are many drawbacks or limitations for this system of classification. Got it right? Two kingdom system of classification is proposed by Linnaeus, wherein two kingdoms are Plantae and Animalia, and many criteria are there for classifying the organisms into Plantae and Animalia. What are they? Cell wall, mode of nutrition, locomotion, response to external stimuli and contractile system. Amongst all these criteria, cell wall is the most important criteria. So, those organisms, be it unicellular or multicellular, prokaryotic, eukaryotic, autotrophic or heterotrophic, any organisms might be, if they are having cell wall, though, they are grouped under Plantae. So, all the living organisms here must and should have what? Cell wall. And be it unicellular organisms or multicellular organisms, prokaryotic or eukaryotic, unicellular or multicellular, those organisms which do not have cell wall, they are placed under the kingdom Animalia. Got it right? This is the most widely or the most important criteria of two kingdom system of classification. Next, mode of nutrition will be autotrophic here, heterotrophic here. Response to external stimuli, organisms will respond slow in kingdom Plantae and fast in Animalia. Locomotion is completely absent in the kingdom Plantae and it is present in Animalia. Contractile system is absent here, it is present in Animalia. If you look into the examples itself, you can easily make out like bacteria, algae, fungi, plants. Bacteria is what? Prokaryotic. Fungi nutrition is heterotrophic. Algae and plants are autotrophic in nutrition. So, all these organisms, this much diversity though they are placed under Plantae only because they are having cell wall. Animalia. Protozoans, vertebrates and invertebrates, they are placed under Animalia. Got it? This is about two kingdom system of classification. Now, here we hold the major drawbacks, and the examples which I have entitled here are present in the NCERT of biological classification. Here if you observe, prokaryotic bacteria like blue-green algae, prokaryotic bacteria like blue-green algae, examples include cyanobacteria, nostoc, anabina and azolla. Got it? So, these are the prokaryotic bacteria, blue-green algae, and these are the examples like cyanobacteria, nostoc, anabina and azolla. They are placed along with eukaryotes like algae and bryophytes. And then unicellular organisms like chlamydomonas, they are placed along with multicellular green algae or filamentous green algae like Spirogyra. photosynthetic algae like green algae, they are placed along with non-photosynthetic or heterotrophic organisms. Heterotrophic organisms like fungi. Got it right? So, these are the major drawbacks. Prokaryotes are placed along with eukaryotes, unicellular organisms are placed along with multicellular organisms, photosynthetic are placed along with heterotrophs. Clear, right? These are the major drawbacks. Next is three kingdom system of classification, which is proposed by Ernst Haeckel. The new kingdom he has introduced is Protista. So, initially in the kingdom Protista, when Ernst Haeckel has introduced this kingdom, he has placed all the unicellular organisms, be it prokaryotic or eukaryotic, he has placed all the unicellular organisms in the kingdom Protista. Got it? So, here you have to remember just three main points, that is three kingdom system of classification is proposed by scientist Ernst Haeckel. The new kingdom he has introduced is Protista, and in this new kingdom he has placed all the unicellular organisms, be it they are prokaryotic or they are eukaryotic. Then four kingdom system of classification. Four kingdom system of classification is proposed by Copeland. Four kingdom system of classification is proposed by Copeland, wherein the four kingdoms he has introduced are Monera, Protista, Plantae and Animalia. Monera, Protista, Plantae and Animalia. In three kingdom, if we observe, all the unicellular organisms are placed in Protista itself, be it prokaryotic or eukaryotic. But here from this unicellular organisms, prokaryotes are taken apart. And they are placed under Monera by Copeland. Copeland introduced four kingdom system of classification, and the new kingdom is Monera. He has placed all the prokaryotic organisms, unicellular, prokaryotic organisms. Got it right? And then five kingdom system of classification. Five kingdom system of classification is widely accepted. Most accepted system of classification is five kingdom, because they have considered phylogenetic relationships as well. Got it? They have considered phylogenetic relationships as well. So, what are the major criteria they have considered? First is cell structure, second body organization or thallus organization, third is mode of nutrition, fourth reproduction, and fifth phylogenetic relationships. Cell structure, body or thallus organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction and phylogenetic relationships. As phylogenetic or evolutionary relationships are also considered, this five kingdom system of classification is widely accepted. Got it right? So, here they have placed, based on all these criteria, they have grouped the organisms into five kingdoms, like how we have discussed cell wall. Cell wall is the major criteria for two kingdom system of classification. Here also mode of nutrition is a major criteria for five kingdom system of classification. Mode of nutrition is the major criteria for five kingdom system of classification. Here we have Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Look at the table. This is the most important table, but in this table all the five criteria we have considered were not given. The first criteria is what, ma? Cell structure, right? The first criteria is cell structure. Cell structure. Cell structure is applied in this table as what? Cell type and cell wall, and nuclear membrane also comes under cell structure itself. And the second criteria is what? Body organization or thallus organization. body organization or thallus organization. And third criteria is what? Mode of nutrition. Fourth one is what? Reproduction. And fifth is phylogenetic relationships. Reproduction and phylogenetic relationships are not included in this table. They are not included in this table. In this table only cell structure, thallus organization, mode of nutrition, only these three are given. First, if you see cell type, in monerans all the organisms which are placed are what ma? Prokaryotics only. Protista, all the unicellular eukaryotes. In monera and protista, all the unicellular organisms are only placed. These unicellular prokaryotic are in monera, unicellular eukaryotic in protista. Unicellular or multicellular eukaryotic organisms, okay, you can simply say multicellular or loose tissue body organization, eukaryotic organisms are placed under fungi. The new kingdom included in 3 kingdom system of classification is protista. New kingdom included in 4 kingdom system of classification is monera. New kingdom included in 5 kingdom system of classification is fungi. In 5 kingdom system of classification, the new kingdom included is fungi. Got it? Plantae again eukaryotic, Animalia again multicellular eukaryotic. Next, cell wall. The cell wall of kingdom monera, they have non-cellulosic cell wall. Okay, non-cellulosic cell wall. Cell wall is composed of peptidoglycan. Peptido which has amino acid chains, glycan which has polysaccharides. So, cell wall in simple terms it is composed of what? Polysaccharides and amino acids, where the most noted term is peptidoglycan. Protista, it is present in some of the protistans, that is plant like protistans only cell wall is present. Okay, that is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, these are plant like protists. So, only plant like protists cell wall is present. And fungi has the cell wall which is known as chitin. This is known as fungal cellulose. This is known as fungal cellulose. Fungal cellulose, it has NAG units, N-acetyl glucosamine units. Got it right? And plantae, cell wall is made up of cellulose itself. Animalia, cell wall is completely absent. Okay? So, cell wall in monera, it is non-cellulosic, it is made up of polysaccharides and amino acids which is addressed as peptidoglycan cell wall. In protista, we have plant like protists, only plant like protists will be having cell wall, and fungi has chitin. Okay? The cell wall which is present over the fungi is chitin, which is known as fungal cellulose, which is made up of N-acetyl glucosamine units, and plantae has cellulosic cell wall. Most of the plant cell wall is composed of cellulosic cell wall. Animalia, cell wall is absent. Next, nuclear membrane doesn't the nucleus, the genetic material is not completely covered or surrounded by the membrane. Okay, that is not completely surrounded by the membrane in monera. So, nuclear membrane you can say it is absent in the monera. Present in protista, nuclear membrane is present in fungi, and in all these nuclear membrane is present because the cell type is eukaryotic. Next, body organization is cellular in monera. It is multicellular to loose tissue type of body organization in fungi. Tissue or organ level of organization in plantae. Organ system level of organization you find in Animalia. The evolution of body organization you have to remember. Next is what? Mode of nutrition. Autotrophic, heterotrophic. See, the most important criteria used for 2 kingdom system of classification is cell wall, we know that. Most important criteria used for 5 kingdom system of classification is mode of nutrition. Okay, the most important criteria is mode of nutrition. One more question, which kingdom amongst these five kingdoms, which kingdom is most diverse for mode of nutrition is Monera. Moneran kingdom is highly diverse in the mode of nutrition because we have autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and in autotrophic again we have photoautotrophic, chemoautotrophic. Heterotrophic we have three modes of nutrition again, saprophytic, parasitic and symbiotic type of nutrition. So, highest diversity in mode of nutrition you will see in which kingdom? Monera. One more question, is it only in nutrition or does it have metabolic diversity? Kingdom Monera has metabolic diversity also, and it is more diverse in the respiration types as well, okay, because the organisms in kingdom Monera does not only stick to anaerobic or aerobic mode of respiration, they also conduct facultative anaerobic respiration or facultative aerobic respiration. So, 3 points I have to conclude you here, that the most important criteria for 5 kingdom system of classification is mode of nutrition, and second point, kingdom Monera is exhibiting highest diversity in mode of nutrition, and not just in mode of nutrition, it also exhibits the diversity in respiration. On whole, you can address it as metabolic diversity. Kingdom Monera exhibits highest metabolic diversity in kingdom Monera. Clear, right? And only you can see autotrophic, heterotrophic mode of nutrition in Protista as well. Only heterotrophic in fungi, only autotrophic in plantae, and only heterotrophic holozoic or saprophytic mode of nutrition in Animalia. This is about the complete table that we are going to learn, that is 5 kingdom system of classification. Clear till here? Any doubts anywhere, ma? And then, so this is what the key takeaways of 5 kingdom system of classification. Kingdom Monera, where all prokaryotic organisms are present. Kingdom Protista, which stands as a common ancestor for fungi, plantae and Animalia. From 5 kingdom system of classification, which have brought together Chlamydomonas and Chlorella, which are earlier placed in the algae, Paramecium and Amoeba, which does not have cell wall, as they are unicellular eukaryotic organisms, they are placed under Protista. They are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. So, they are placed under Protista. Got it? So, this is 5 kingdom system of classification: Chlamydomonas, Chlorella, Paramecium and Amoeba. They are grouped under Protista. Got it? Next is fungi. This is the new kingdom which is introduced, which has cell wall, multicellular, and it exhibits heterotrophic mode of nutrition. It can be in the heterotrophic mode, it can be saprophytic, parasitic or symbiotic mode of nutrition. Best example for fungi being symbiotic mode of nutrition, I can give you 2 examples. One is lichens in symbiotic association with algae. Second is mycorrhizal roots. Mycorrhizal roots, that is with roots of higher plants like pinus. Fungi being associated with roots of higher plants like pinus. Got it? And Animalia, it does not have cell wall and it exhibits heterotrophic mode of nutrition. This is a brief intro of all the kingdoms. Got it? Now, 6 kingdom system of classification, which is proposed by Carl Woese. Carl Woese, who has proposed a 6 kingdom system of classification. This is also known as 3 domain system of classification. 3 domain or 6 kingdom system of classification, where the common ancestor here is progenote. Common ancestor is progenode. This is addressed as common ancestor because it consists of 16S rRNA. The 16S rRNA is commonly found in all the 3 domains. All the organisms present in the 3 domains and 6 kingdoms, you can observe 16S rRNA which is present in the common ancestor. That is why this is known as what? Progenode. And the 3 domains he has introduced is archaea, bacteria and eukarya. Archaea includes only one kingdom, that is archaebacteria. Archaea includes only one kingdom, that is archaebacteria, where cell wall is made up of polysaccharides and proteins. Cell membrane is completely having branched chain lipids. Cell membrane has branched chain lipids and cell wall is composed of polysaccharides and proteins. Bacteria, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan and it has the second kingdom which is eubacteria. Second kingdom which is placed under this domain is eubacteria and cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. 3. Eukarya, it has 4 kingdoms: Protista, fungi, plantae and Animalia. Got it? These are the 6 kingdoms, 3 domains and it has a common ancestor, that is progenode, which has 16S rRNA in common. This is all about 6 kingdom system of classification. Now, the key takeaways of kingdom systems of classification we have learned from biological classification. First, scientific method by Aristotle. 2 kingdom system of classification is given by Carolus Linnaeus, where the major criteria considered is cell wall, because of which all unicellular, multicellular, prokaryotic, eukaryotic and photosynthetic, non-photosynthetic organisms are placed under one kingdom, that is plantae. Likewise, we have plantae and animalia. Analyzing this, all the unicellular organisms are further placed into a separate kingdom, that is protista. So, we have protista, plantae and animalia as 3 kingdoms which are placed by Ernst Haeckel. Ernst Haeckel introduced 3 kingdom system of classification, where the new kingdom introduced by him is protista. Next, 4 kingdom system of classification is introduced by Copeland, where the new kingdom he has introduced is Monera, where he has placed all the unicellular prokaryotic organisms into that kingdom. Next, 5 kingdom system of classification, which is widely accepted because in this system of classification phylogenetic relationships or evolutionary relationships are considered, and the new kingdom introduced here is kingdom fungi. Likewise, here we have 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae and animalia. Got it? And all the major 5 criteria that are used here you have to remember, that is cell structure, thallus organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction and phylogenetic relationships. Considering the common ancestor, that is progenode, Carl Woese has given 3 domain or 6 kingdom system of classification, where from the common ancestor 3 domains were placed. Those are archaea, bacteria and eukarya. Further 6 kingdoms are placed. Under archaea it is archaebacteria, under bacteria it is eubacteria, under eukarya we have 4 kingdoms further. Those are protista, fungi, plantae and animalia. These are the complete key takeaways of the systems of classification from the chapter biological classification. Considering only plant kingdom here, considering only plant kingdom from 5 kingdom system of classification, these plant kingdoms are further classified into divisions, 5 major divisions. First division is algae or thallophyta. Algae or thallophyta. Second division is bryophyta. Third is pteridophyta. Fourth, gymnosperms. Fifth is angiosperms. These 5 divisions, based on whether they are flowering plants or not, they are again classified into 2 major groups. Algae, bryo and pterido comes under cryptogams or non-flowering plants. Gymnosperms and angiosperms are spermatophytes. They are placed under phanerogams or flowering plants. Got it? This is the complete chart of kingdom plantae. Now, plant kingdom also has 3 systems of classification, where all the plant organisms are classified considering few morphological features or sexual characteristics or anatomy of the plant. First system of classification is proposed by Linnaeus and Aristotle. First system of classification is proposed by Linnaeus or Aristotle, where the gross morphological characters are considered here. They have considered just gross morphological characters. This artificial system of classification is also known as sexual system of classification because they have also considered androecium structure. They have also taken androecium structure into consideration, whether it is monocolpate or bicolpate, tricolpate, considering androecium structure also they have classified. So, the equal importance here is given to both vegetative characters and sexual characters. Vegetative parts are considered, vegetative characters like habit, color, number, shapes of the leaves and androecium structure, both are considered. So, the major drawbacks here from this system of plant classification is the plant parts get adapted. You consider the same plant, keep it in two different climatic regions, the vegetative parts will get adapted to the climatic conditions in which they are living with. So, giving equal weightage or importance for vegetative character and sexual character or sexual parts here is the major drawback of artificial system of classification. What is that? Equal weightage to vegetative and sexual characters. So, the vegetative characters are easily affected by environment, that is the major reason for this. Second is natural system of classification proposed by Bentham and Hooker. In natural system of classification, along with gross morphological features, internal characters are also considered. Internal characters like ultrastructure, anatomy, embryology and phytochemistry, all these are considered. Next is phylogenetic system of classification. Along with morphological features, internal anatomical and cellular features, evolutionary relationships are also considered for classification. That is known as phylogenetic system of classification. Proponents for phylogenetic system of classification are Engler, Prandtl and Hutchinson. Who are the proponents for phylogenetic system of classification? Engler, Prandtl and Hutchinson. This is based on evolutionary relationships and this between various organisms. Organisms belonging to same taxa will have common ancestor. Based on this notion also phylogenetic system of classification is proposed. So, the key takeaways here from plant kingdom is we have learnt on three kingdom systems of classification: artificial, natural and phylogenetic. Artificial where vegetative parts and androecium structure is considered. Major drawback here is giving equal weightage to vegetative and sexual characters. Second, natural system of classification, along with gross morphological features, internal characters are also considered. Third point, that is phylogenetic system of classification. This is based on what? Evolutionary relationships. So, with this we will sum up today's session, learning all the kingdom systems of classification and types of classification from plant kingdom. Tomorrow we will meet up with the new concepts from the chapter biological classification like viruses, viroids, prions and lichens. Thank you.